And on the band here, just on your toes, so heels together, toes apart. Golly, I can't get this. All right. Go ahead, hold it on one side, hold it nice and heavy, and just take a little side stretch here. So we're stretching away from the band. Thinking about being in a narrow hallway, so notice if you want to come forward for this stretch, try and stay like a candy cane up and over the top. And then turn the head, look towards the armpit and the toes, the opposite toes. And then lift the chin here, stretch the under part of the neck, the front of the throat, rather. Maybe jut it out a little bit, find extra length right here. And then nod the chin back down through the middle. And roll and up. We'll kind of look up and down here. So keep holding on to this band on this side and look up and down. I forgot to mute you, or sometimes I think you do that yourself. I'm going to just a tight, yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's just a little hum. And if you need me, you can unmute. And down. And now roll the head to the hand that's holding the band. Just ever so gently to the back. And all the way down. And one more time. And through the middle. And switch sides. Here. And then gently stretch up and over. So I'm going to stand into the feet here. Sometimes I just find myself drifting and just stand up, find all four corners of the feet, the heels, the toes, the inner and outer edges. It feels a little taller even as we lean. Turn the head, look down towards the armpit, sniff the armpit, and then lift the chin. Same under throat stretch here on this side. Let this band be heavy. Notice if it's trying to hold it up, just let it be heavy. Stretch the chin. And nod the head back, look towards the floor again. And back up. Now just giant nose, side to side. Look as far as you can behind you. And through the middle, and pick up both sides of the band. You know what, I just had an idea. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do one arm. Is that like the one arm idea? We're gonna do it a little heavier. This is just you and me, so we can amp this up a little bit. All right, heels together, toes apart. Let's make that band nice and heavy. And the other arm is mimicking it for imitation, but no resistance. We're just going to do about 12 to 15 of these on each side. We'll see where the fatigue sets in. Keep the elbow into the rib cage. Keep the shoulder blades down the back. So notice work goes right into that shoulder, stabilizing, and into this bicep right here. About 5 more. Oh, that's heavy. All right, let's switch sides. Just switch the foot. Double it up here. Yeah, now this arm gets to be free. Notice if that band that's heavy wants to pull even to the side. So thinking straight up and down as that arm bends. Almost growing taller as blades bend. Another set of 5 here coming up. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Whoa, yeah. All right, bring that back into both feet, both hands. So easing up on the band. Hold it nice and stable. So let's open the arms out. So it's almost like we're holding a giant tray. So we get a little bit of instability as we lift our heels and lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. If we want to really challenge it, lift the arms out and down, and lift. This is a lot of core, keeping that spine nice and strong as the arms lift out and lower. About 4, and 3, and 2. It's a little heavier on those calves too, right? And 1. All right, straight forward, coming up on both toes, going for a run. So opposite arm, opposite leg, opposite knee, and switch, and switch. Let it be up in the middle. So at the top of this exercise, everything goes right here and then down. Stay here for about 30 more seconds. Find that heel on the ground. Let it make contact with the ground and squeeze that glute as the heel comes down. So you might feel it in the back of the body. It should be more in the back, in the hips, than the calves necessarily. So zip that low belly. You have 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3. We're going to do a roll down here. 1, let it go. Let go of the band, reach up and over, and roll down. Nod the chin one at a time, one vertebra at a time. Look at your belly button, look at between your knees, bend the knees whenever you want to get hands to the floor. And if that's comfortable, bend and straighten your legs right there. If you prefer, you can put your hands on your thighs and bend and straighten. Our hamstring stretch. Three more. Push the floor away. Back to standing. Up. And let's open out to second. You're going to pick up that band again. We'll do 2 arms and then single arms. So let it be loose enough so that the work comes from between the shoulders and not from the hands and the deltoids. So we want the work between our shoulder blades. That's what moves that band backwards. We're going to bend our legs as we pull. So I like to imagine like you're gliding your fingertips across the table. Growing taller as the legs bend. And the spine is nice, long, neutral, up and down. We're not sticking out to the back. We're not leaning forward. All right, we're going to press and hold here. Press and hold here. Just bend one arm. Straighten it out. Bend and straighten. Feel that length in the back of the arms. And straighten. Instead of push-ups, right? Let's do 2 and 1. Stand up nice and tall. Let those arms float all the way back and then up and over. So we want to rotate all the way to the front and all the way to the back. That band should be pretty stretchy. Push to the back. One more to the front and then push it to the back again. Get ready for our hug a tree here. Bring the legs a little closer together. We're going to stay parallel here. So the band will be a little heavier. And here we are sticking out a little bit, but I'm not super arching the back. I'm lengthening, I'm doing this by zipping up the imaginary tight jeans right there, and then standing up nice and tall. So there's a little bit of a squat. There is a squat, but we're not tucking our pelvis, and we're not overarching our low back either. Those knees track right over the first toe and the big toe. We're gonna do some single arm here coming up. 3 and 2 and 1. We're gonna bend up and over, drop it to one foot. It'll be slightly uneven here. You want it to be long in the hand that's going to pull it across the body. So let's do this in an open second position. Starting with a hand right at the waist. Bend the knees, gets a little bit more resistance in the band. And there. Pull it across. So we're drawing a sword. Our watch faces out, and then it faces behind us. So that arm just extends right in, right from the shoulder. So we'll bend, straighten, and return. And 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And press and hold. Just cheerleader here for 10. And 9. And 8. And 7. And 6. And 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And standing back up. Other side. You can just hold it in the opposite hand. Step into the other foot. Widen that stance again. Start with your hand right across the waistline and pull the strap. Draw the sword. I have to think about my elbow sort of tracing a little half circle here, and then the arm extends. 3 and 2. We're going to press and hold here. 1 more. Press it out, cheerleader arm for 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6. Let this stem from the back of the arm. And 2 more. And 1. And standing that up. All right, just a few parallel little squats, one foot in the other. So I want to work so we've worked a lot of externally rotated, so we're going to work more in a train track. So just keep that under 1 foot for the moment. Hold those hands nice and stable right here. Step back, lower, and lift. You can add that bicep curl here. 3. The back heel is lifted. You know this. That knee just bends right to 90 degrees. Let's do 3 more. 3. And 2. And 1. All right, standing back into that band, switch legs. Let's turn these out just a little bit more, get a little different angle on the bicep here. More like a little birdie wing. And squeeze that glute in both directions. Resist it down and squeeze to press up. 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. And And back through the middle. All right, let's hit the floor here. Adjust the camera. And that. There we go. All right. Let's go to, there's just a little half roll back, just a little stretch of this lower back. So your feet are on the mat and arms are held naturally here. Palms are up so we can feel like the weight of the shoulder and shoulder blades down the back. So tuck the tailbone, just give that ball a little, like have a little bunny tail, just a little pulse. And pulse in. 10, 9, 8. Notice my shoulders are fairly still, but yeah, that looks great. Yes, it's just the low belly. 2, 1. Press and hold. Go ahead, lift one leg, then the other. We're just going to toe tap right here. 9, 8, 7. We're still super scooped. Our belly button is hiding up under the rib cage. And 3, and 2, and 1. And remove that ball. Roll all the way down. Circle those arms all the way around. Whoops, onto the furniture. And down. Pick up that ball again. Put it between your knees. Because we love that. All right, imagine you can touch your heels right here. So your arms are reaching nice and long. And then make sure your heels are just out of reach. Reaching. This opens up our chest, shoulder blades slide down the back, head and neck are relaxed. And we're going to imprint the spine. So we tuck the tailbone and put the whole back on the mat. And then we inhale and extend, and there's a little lift and space in the back. Exhale and tuck. So you might find a little squeeze on this ball. You want to zip the low belly here, scoop that belly button, and then extend. Keep that squeeze on the ball. Find your neutral position, so not flattened out on the mat, not super lifted and arched. Float everything. So we're nice in our nice natural curves of our back. Float those legs into tabletop squeeze on that ball. Now we're just keeping this neutral spine as we slide our ribs toward our hip bones. So we're reaching up, we keep in that neutral position, and we pulse our arms for hundreds. And we pulse that ball. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale fully. Exhale. Inhale fully. Exhale. Exhale. Halfway done. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep squeezing on that ball. Find that squeeze that's coming from really close to the top of the legs here. The glutes are squeezing on that ball. 20 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last set. 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold. Yourself a little hug here. We're up side to side. And flip the legs back down. Reach up and overhead. Make sure your feet are just underneath your hips. Inhale fully. As you exhale, you're going to roll up, like reaching for the back of your legs. See if you can pull yourself up into this little seated position. I'm going to put the ball here between our heels and our glutes. And let's just hold this for now. This is our rolling like a ball. And it's a low belly scoop. Low belly scoop, the top of the spine might start to curve as well. And we're just going to hold here, pulse on that ball. And just a few little rolls. Inhale, take you back. Exhale, come up. Inhale back. Exhale up. And pick it back. Exhale up, nice. And pick it back. Exhale up, last one. Exhale back. Exhale up. All right. Place that ball aside. Holding gently behind your knees. Stretch one leg nice and long. Roll down to the tip of your shoulder blades or all the way down to the mat. That feels better on your body today. And we're going to inhale for 2 and exhale for 2. And inhale and exhale and exhale. Inhale, inhale and exhale. Exhale. Last set. Inhale, inhale and exhale and exhale. Hold those knees and relax. Bring that ball back into the game here. The ball between your ankles for double leg stretch. You're going to feel wobbly, and it kind of tells us sometimes which leg is leading. So if we can press evenly into the ball, imprint the spine here, imprint everything, like really connect to the mat between the ribs, the armpits, and the hips here. And inhale, everything goes out. Exhale, bring it all back in. Inhale everything out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And relax. Ooh. So you can keep the ball there. You can keep the ball at your feet. It's helpful. If you don't like it, you can also dump it. That's fine too. Just using props or information. So we're going to tuck the tailbone here, scoop the belly, and just imagine we're trying to put our heels on the ceiling, reaching up. Here, we're just doing 6 of these. 4, 6. And 5. There's usually a side that wants to lead. 4. Press evenly through the hands. 2. And 1. All right, looking up towards your belly button here. Lower and lift those legs. For 6. And 5. Keep the collarbones wide. Imagine the shoulder blades sliding into your back pockets. 3. And 2. And 1. Bend those knees. Now you can remove that ball. Yourself a hug. Bring them back into tabletop. Hands behind your head. Imagine you've got long earrings and you want to keep them off your shoulders here so everything is relaxed, not shrugged up. And as you exhale, twist towards the right knee and back to the center. Inhale, exhale, twist. And back to the center. And twist. And through the center. And twist. And through the center. We're going to take out the centers for 8. 8. And 7. And 6. And 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Bend both knees. And relax. We're going to get our scissors on the roller later, so we're going to do that differently. Let's roll yourself up to seated and come for a spine stretch forward. Let's use our ring for that today. So I can't really see my ring, my black on the black. Ring is about arm's length in front of you. So inhale and grow taller. Sit up nice and tall on your sits bones. Nice and tall. And press it down and relax. Inhale to press it down. Grow taller, almost like someone's lifting you up from the back of your head. Or you are lifting yourself, let's say that. It would be strange if somebody else was. And down. Inhale, press down, and down. Nod the chin. Maybe move that roller out a couple of inches. And zip the belly. Imagine you're sitting up against the wall, but now you're peeling your spine off the wall, reaching and stretching forward. The ring will move. The ring will probably glide forward a little bit. And spine stretch forward. Draw the shoulder blades back and restack. So from the side, might look like sitting up against a wall and nodding the chin, and then peeling the spine off one vertebra at a time. The belly button scoops. So the work becomes to strengthen the front of the body, stretching the back of the body, and then restacking. Pull the shoulder blades gently down and back, and then restack the spine. A little bit of a different variation. Sometimes things we do on the tower. One more. Sit up nice and tall. Press gently into that ring. Exhale as you nod the chin. Peel the spine away from the wall behind you. And inhale fully here. Bring those shoulder blades back together. And then restack. Come up right to that wall, that imaginary wall. All right. Coming back down to our elbows. So open up those collarbones. This is our teaser prep. So this is where it just shows up just where our limbs and our core have to negotiate each other. When we move our arms, or we want to move our spine, because right now they're holding a lot of the weight of our body. So we're going to lift up one arm at a time, starting with the right arm. And you inhale, zip the belly, exhale, reach, and stretch that arm, and put it back down. Press into the feet, find the whole connection here. Other arm, left arm, and back down. You might be noticing like a little negotiation in the hips as well. So anything we can stabilize. Our body needs to move, but anything we can zip and hold on to. And put that arm back down. We can stabilize while we mobilize. And back down. All right, enough of that. Just one more with the legs in the air. I like legs in the air. And reach one arm and back down. One more time, other arm. And back down. All right, all the way to the mat. Legs in the air. Scoot down a little bit here. All right, coming to corkscrew. It can be comfortable to have your arms under your pelvis. If that feels good, please do. If not, you can press the backs of your armpits into the mat and press those hands into the mat. So there's a little bit of a tricep stabilizer too, like extension. It's isometric. That's the word I was looking for. Inhale to begin. Exhale as you drift those legs to one side and circle them down around and up. And let the hips lift. Exhale, circle down around and up. Exhale, circle down around and up. Exhale, down around and up. Exhale, down around and up. One more. Exhale, down around and up. Rock yourself back up here. I want you just to find this hold. We're not going to rock it. We're just going to find ourselves in this open leg hold. So zip the belly, lift up nice and high for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Beautiful. 4. Shoulder blades down the back. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, coming into saw. So widen its legs in front of you. Bring the hands behind your head. And again, find this nice opening of the chest and just beware of the shrugging here. They can be heavy, so we don't want to force things down, but we don't want to add tension either. So be a nice, should feel a little bit of a stretch right here. All right, inhale to twist, exhale to saw. Imagine you're getting that elbow to the knee and back through the middle. Inhale, twist the rib cage, twist over the opposite leg, and exhale to soft. And back through the middle. Flex the feet. See if that changes anything. Inhale, twist, exhale, soft. And back through the middle. Inhale to twist. Exhale, soft. And one more each side. Inhale, twist, really ring out and lift. And exhale into this flexion to the knee. And back through the middle. Inhale to twist. And exhale. And back through the middle. All right, coming down, face down. Do some face down exercises. So when we're down, we're gonna zip that low belly. Really, it's like a reverse 100. We're pressing our pubic bone, pressing our hip bones into the mat. We're gonna start with our hands underneath our forehead and press everything into the mat. Press feet heavy into the mat, and I will inhale fully. Exhale, just gently lift head, neck, and chest. Only so high that it's not dumping here into this low back. So thinking length rather than height. And inhale, put it back down. Inhale fully. Exhale, lift head, neck, and chest. Keep breathing and put it back down. One more. Inhale, exhale. And back down. Straighten those arms. Opposite arm and leg. So left arm, right leg to start. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, put it back down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back down. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale down. One more each side. Inhale, reach. Squeeze that glute, lift that hamstring to the ceiling. And back down. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale down. All right, lift, length, head, neck, and shoulders. We're going to go for a swim here for about 30 seconds. And begin. Breathe in for 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. If you find tension in your head, neck, and shoulders, you can widen your arms to the mat, width of the mat. So, and make it vigorous. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach and stretch in each direction and relax. Bring your hands under your armpits here. Press into a little shell pose, a child's pose, a snail. We're going to come right back down. Let's do a little single leg kick. This is just good for our hamstrings. We're going to use this ball again. I want to bring the ball to the heel and the glute right here. So it can be, actually, put it in the knee bend here. And go ahead. You got 2 choices here. You can bring your arms to your elbows with your thumbs lined up right here underneath you, or you can bring your hands to your forehead. So find the position that feels most comfortable. We're going to kick, little kicks into the glute with squeezing that ball for 3, 2, 1, and then lift it just a tiny bit and relax it. 2 more times. Squeeze, 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 lift, squeeze, and lower, and squeeze, 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 and lift, and lower, and switch sides. Flex that foot and squeeze, 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 lift. I'm going for 3 squeezes. It always turns into 4 somehow. 1, 2, 3. I always feel like there's an extra there. Squeeze that glute and lift. Last set. And squeeze, squeeze, pulse, pulse, lift, and lower. All right, remove that ball. Stretch nice and long. And then press back into that child's pose. We're going to come to our backs for our bridging and then stretch those hamstrings. So bring that ball back with you, right between your legs. And we're going to use that ball to pulse up as well as pulse in. So your hands are flat on the mat, shoulder blades sliding into your back pockets, neck is long. Imagine you're reaching for your heels, but you can't quite touch them. And imprint that spine and zip the belly. We're going to peel the spine off one vertebra at a time. Do your nice highest bridge. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders here. Notice if there's tension here. The work should be below the ribs here. And you're going to pulse up, like pressing your feet into the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press and hold. Pulse on that ball in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll down, back of the throat. One vertebra at a time. Stretch those legs. All right, we're going to repeat that. Inhale fully, exhale, imprint the spine, and lift. Peel the spine off one vertebra at a time. And pulse up for 5, 4, 3. The pulse comes from pressing those feet and squeezing those glutes. Pulse onto the ball for 5, 4, 3. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. 1, and roll down. We're going to do 2 more sets of these, but we're going to do them in a hinge. So instead of articulating up, you're simply going to press into your feet, hinge up in one nice long piece. Inhale, press into the feet, and lift. Pulse up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the spine goes back down in one piece like you're trying to put the tailbone right between the ankles. Tap it down and lift back up and pulse again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower that tailbone. And let's take a break there. Grab your ring and put your foot into your ring. And stretch the back of that leg. So this bottom leg can go straight. And I like sometimes to put my ball under my foot here. I think it just feels kind of nice. So it's an option, something to consider, something to try. Just gotta keep it nice and lined up, like the pelvis feels nice and level. All right, bend and straighten this leg for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Reach through that heel. Make sure the ball of your foot is in your ring, and point and flex that foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and open it out to the side. So this is where that ball kind of keeps you honest here too. The leg will move on the ball. So we keep this side heavy as this leg opens out. The opposite arm can be your counterbalance too here. Breathe into that space. Inhale, bring it across the body. Switch arms. And then flex that foot. And imagine you're pointing, giving directions with your toes. So reach across. and back to the middle. Find the biggest distance between the toes up in the air and the toes on the ground. So reach and stretch. You can use that ring if you like, or you can just try and find it with the leg in the belly. And remove that and float it all the way down. Switch sides. You can switch the ball if you have that. For 5 hamstring stretches here. Bend and straighten here. 4, 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Point and flex this foot here. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point that foot up into the air, open out to the side. Use the opposite arm. Counterbalance here. Really breathe into those spaces. Use that left side. If your right foot is out, use their left side to stabilize, like reaching the back of that hip. Inhale across the body. Change hands, and now give directions with that foot a little across the body. You might get hamstring stretch here. If it's lower, it might get more into the hip, the upper part of the leg. Use your breath, bring it back across the middle of the body. Take a final stretch, biggest distance between the toes in the air and the toes on the ground. And remove that ring, float it all the way down. Okay, let's set up for our roller and legs. Let's do this way, I think. So, come to your back and lift your hips. And put the roller underneath the pelvis. So, make sure it's on the bony parts and not on the floating ribs. So not high on our back. And I said we were going to do scissors here, so true to my word. You're going to bring both legs into the air here to start. I want you to grab that ball again, because we have toys. And we're not going to curl up. We're just going to let our head, neck, and shoulders stay down on the ground while our hips are lifted. But we're going to pass this ball, and we'll scissor our legs here for 12 and 11 and 10 and 9. You can pass it under the thigh, or you can pass it higher on the leg. And 3 and 2 and 1. Now we're going to reverse it because we got to get our brain going both directions. We're going to reverse it. 10. I say 12, 11, and 10, and 9. Because there's usually a way that feels right and a way that doesn't feel right. So we're going to do both. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And bend those knees. Put the ball aside. Adjust your roller if you need to. Straighten those legs. You're just going to drift just within living dangerously. We don't want to fall to one side. Use that belly, the back of the pelvis. Roll the legs back to the middle. Inhale, drift. Exhale, back to the middle. Now we did corkscrews earlier. Our breathing was reversed. But we're inhaling here to give support as we drift. Exhale, back to the middle. Inhale. Exhale, back to the middle. Bend the left leg. Hold onto it and then drop that right leg. See if you can get all the way to the ground. You can bend it when you need to for a hip flexor stretch here. If you like an extra hamstring stretch here too, an option to straighten this leg, like an upside down split. For as much as you can, keep the foot on the floor connected to the floor so that it doesn't roll out here. Get more of a stretch where we need it. Keep that foot nice and flat. Bring that knee in, switch sides. Take a hamstring stretch on the other side, straighten this leg, hamstring. I'll stay here for almost a minute. Again, making that foot feel the contact with the floor here. So even if it's bent, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but not letting that hip open out. Keeping our inner thighs engaged here. And bring that leg back into tabletop. Got a little slidey today on my roller, my squishy roller. All right, legs straighten. Few leg circles here. So you're tracing a circle. It's more like two D's at this point, two opposite D's. So you're drawing down the D here, and then you're opening around to the top of the letter capital D. And inhale down, circle around, and up. So notice here, we're going to keep this nice and still and quiet as those legs move, because this is where this wants to happen. Start to move around. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach. And up. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach. And up. And reverse it. Inhale, open. Exhale, nice and long. And up. Inhale, open. Exhale, lower, down. And up. Two more. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach. And up. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Zip that belly. And up. All right, coming into scissors. So keeping the equidistant as possible. So as low as this leg goes towards your body, this one mirrors it. So let's switch here for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hold it right there. Helicopter all the way around. Find that equal spot in the middle, rolling it and reverse it. Let's start with the opposite leg. So right leg first. Right and left and right and left and switch it. Maybe that wasn't right. I might have cued that wrong. And switch. Let's do left leg first. And left and right. Left leg up. And up, there it was. And reach. And we're going to switch it again. Right, right, and left, and right, and left, and switch. Last one, and left, and right, and left, and right, and switch. And bend those knees. So a hug. That's a hug. Let's come off the roller. Reach it for your feet. Go ahead, let your feet. And we're going to come to a roll up. So nice and long. Your back is nice and warm. Lots of things today. Inhale, reach, and then float those arms as they float to the ceiling, not the chin. Reach up, reaching for your toes. The long sit up. And let's do one more time. Roll back down. Reaching up nice and long. Inhale and exhale, float the fingertips up and nod and curl. Shoulder blades down the back here. That's really what helps us get up. And let's come to the middle for a little spine twist and a little mermaid. So knees one direction. I'm not using the roller, so I'm going to move that out of the way. Reach long away from your foot, up and over. And then add this rotation. Rotate to the mat. Look between your wrists here. So the head, neck, shoulders are long. Breathe into this twist. Reach that arm overhead again. And then let this top arm guide you up. And take the opposite stretch. And we'll switch sides. Switch legs. And reach and stretch as long as you can. And then up and over. And rotate both forearms to the mat. Look between your wrists. Breathe into that twist. Nice long neck. Reach that arm overhead. Reach and stretch. And let that arm bring you back up. And take this opposite stretch. If you can get toes to fingertips, lots of distance here. And back up through the middle. And then let's just take one little pelvic tuck here. And a little extension. Look up again, just like where we started. Stretch the front of the neck. Might be a little stretchier than it was an hour ago. And relax, and you're done. Thank you.